Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? So we're gonna talk about reversals today. I'm gonna look at this. This is one of my reversal indicators that I use to help me identify when a market is getting overbought or oversold. But you just can't use that by itself. You have to also use the price action. Really, the main purpose of that is to find, the fact that it's getting ready, that divergence has happened, that it's getting ready. Then you have to analyze it. So, with that being said, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And as we were discussing in the chat, this is going to be the last session that I do for a while. I'm going to start doing monthly sessions. And trust me, I'm not abandoning you. That's where I came up with the phrase because, Douglas MacArthur He said he will return. That's what I was thinking of when I was sharing that. And for those of you that remember, for those of you that are old enough to remember, which I'm not old enough, but I like history, Douglas MacArthur was kicked out of the Philippines by the Japanese, and he had to leave his troops behind. And I personally wasn't a big fan of that decision. Not that I was there, I wasn't even born, but he had to leave his troops behind, which was pretty crummy. And most of them died. But he said that he would return, and he did return several years later to grab the Philippine Islands back from the Japanese in World War II. So we got a little bit of a history lesson, but just like Douglas MacArthur, I will return. I'm not leaving you guys. I'm just recalibrating. Sometimes you got to recalibrate and re-strategize and make sure that we're having the maximum effectiveness for me and for you guys. So we're going to make it happen, and it's going to be good. So I thank you guys. So with that being said, just be on the lookout. One of the things that I was going to mention is I just did a really cool podcast episode. And I'd love it if you guys wanted to listen to that and give me some feedback. I'm going to post that in the link. I'm posting it right here. And I'm still going to do my podcast once a week. The thing about the podcast is I usually interview guests, but this one I just had I had a writer do some research for me and write up some content on Jesse Livermore. And so because I was really interested, and I did some study on him. And so then I just shared my thoughts about Jesse. And so you can listen to that and send me some feedback if you're interested. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say as well. But anyhow, you can check that episode out. It's been getting good feedback so far. Okay, so now let's go back to to where we were at last week. So last week, that's not a good looking chart. Wednesday, we did the euro dollar, and it was not a very good. It was not a very good situation. So let's go ahead and review that. Okay, so here we go, euro dollar. All right, so now where are we at? So Wednesday, it did make another leg up, and so I was trying to anticipate a break, and I got faked out, right? And the reason I got faked out, you guys can go back and watch it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was, in hindsight, it was really, 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 really bad. But now is a different day. Now is a new day. And what do we notice here? I got faked out, and now it actually made the cut, right? Did it make the cut? It made the cut. Okay. And what I mean is it broke the trend line. And I had a break before, but it was just a fake out. So now I think this could actually be the real break. It's a Friday, and so we look at this. We got a topping pin action. We got this, and we had that before. And I was just looking because we have so many divergence, and it hit a new high. And if you remember, I said, hey, I might be getting faked out, and it might come back up. So I did get faked out. I put my stop loss up here, if you remember. But I also had the trend line, so I was able to get out around here. So it was a loser. It was a loser, but at the end of the day, losers happen, right? And so now we got to pull back up. Okay, we got to pull back up, and it went here, and now it's coming back up. So I'm now still, to this day, I am looking at a possible pull back down now up into this area. So what I'm going to be trading, I'm believing now that my idea was right. Idea was right, but I just timed it wrong, right? And so we know that our ideas can be right and we can just time them wrong. And that's just how it is. If we look at this reversal indicator, okay, this is a reversal indicator right here, and it shows when trades happen on reversals. Okay, and so if you look here, this is a reversal, and I was trying to identify this. This was a reversal over here, and I'm just reading Ben's comment where he said he's going to do some swing trading, and I think that's an awesome plan. I love day trading, but swing trading is a little bit better for time consumption. You can do one day or once a day. If you're trading daily charts, you just trade once a day. It works pretty good. So right here was a pretty nice signal for a reversal. Okay, and then now this one actually did follow through a decent amount, so you could have closed it here, but according to the tool, it was a loser. Okay, you see that because the tool calculates all the way up here, which it did get, right? You see, it did make it. The tool was actually right, but what was the tool wrong about? The tool was wrong about the timing. We had the pullback, we had a nice little break and hook, but it just didn't follow through. It's ended up going right into resistance and crashing another leg, right? It crashed another leg. And so sometimes you'll be right, but the timing isn't right for the bigger reversal. So you got to work on that timing. We got to work on that timing, and timing is everything. And that is one of the challenges of any kind of trading, whether it's swing trading or not, is the timing. So if we look at this one, look at this. This one was the right one. So loser, big L, winner, big W, right? And so could we have somehow avoided this pattern? Well, I would honestly say probably not. Let's see. We got a trend line here. I would say probably not. According to the way I trade, there's no way I could have avoided that, right? But what I could have done to trade this a little better was I could move my stop loss and have a small take profit, because you never know. You see resistance up here. So we could have had our take profit up here. Or we could move our stop to break even, and then we get a BE, right? And then when we get into this trade, we get a big winner, your target could have been here, okay? So that is one way that we could have done that, is have a small target and also move our stop to break even. That would help us with our management, would help us to either way, even if you don't do that, if this one's an L and this one's a W, here we're losing. So let's calculate this. We're losing 82 pips, but here we're winning 100. So even with one L and one loser, we still make 20 pips on the deal, right? So you got one winner, loser, one winner, and you're still 1-to-1, 50% win rate, and you're making money. Why? Because your winners are bigger than your losers. And if you would have tightened your stop loss, you would have had a 0, and then this one would have been 100, right? So sometimes a loss is actually a win. And you look at perspective. If you can get out of a trade and you lose, or a very tiny loss, and we look at it on the long term, our perspective says, oh, okay, this was actually a winning trade, because sometimes a loss is a win. Now, I bet that doesn't make any sense. Sometimes a loss is a win, but really sometimes a loss is a win, because we're looking at our procedures, our process, our discipline. If we make a mistake and we get out with a small loss, well, we have the discipline to follow our plan and to get out. That's a win. Protecting your capital is a win. So sometimes when you take a loss, you followed your rules. It's a win. And right here. Inverted head and shoulders. Dun, dun, dun. It's kind of, This is actually kind of a cup and handle too. It just depends on how you look at it. You got the bottom for the cup, the handle, and boom, right? And cup and handles are great patterns too if you can figure them out. But they don't, they don't always work. But that's a silly thing to say. Nothing works all the time. But when you see them in hindsight, they're great. Cup, handle. A cup and a handle is really just a break and a hook. Like I talk about break and hook a lot. You can also call it a cup and handle. You got the bottom, roll, hook back, right? Because what did we have? We had a trend line break, cup, handle, right? And then that handle is the big one. The cup and handle is the big one. So whatever you want to call it, you want to call it an inverted falcon, you want to call it the V-man, you want to call it the cup and whatever, the cup and handle, the pump and dump. I mean, whatever you want to call it, you call it whatever. We'll call it the Yugo and Ben trade. Whatever we want to call it, it doesn't matter. It's just as long as we can trade it. So, right here is another one where we were looking for a reversal. Okay, and this was the trade I took was right here. But if you'll notice, the indicator was already signaling, right? And why was it signaling? Because there was divergence. That's what this indicator does, is it talks about divergence. And the way this is set up is it's looking for divergence and then it's looking for a breakout, right? So we had the divergence, we had the breakout. It just didn't get the follow through, right? And the follow through is really where the hard part is. A loss is a win if we stick to our trade plans and don't make any money. You can quote me on that. Well, a loss is a win if I'm trying to wrap my mind around that statement. Let's see if you guys can figure this out because my mind is not tracking right now. A loss is a win if we stick to our trade plans and don't make any money. Well, I'm not sure I'm tracking on that one. I think that a loss, yeah. Now I'm tracking. It is. You're right. If protecting our capital is the key, right? Protecting our capital is really what's important, right? So if you're following your trade plan, which is including risk management, and you lose, that's what really, and protecting your capital, but also your mental capital, right? Because you get crazy when you start taking losses and you're trying to earn it back and you're trying to do all that. That's really can mess up your brain a little bit, right? Like, oh man, I just made, I had an interview. Again, we're talking about the podcast. Yesterday, I talked to somebody on the podcast. It's not going to be published for about 3 weeks. I talked to Rob Booker, and Rob was saying some really interesting things. He's a smart, funny guy. If you've never heard of him, you should keep your eyes out for that episode. It's coming out in 3 weeks. But Rob was talking about, he's known a lot of traders that have made like $1 million in their very first year of trading. And in the very second year, they ended up losing the entire thing. And again, that's kind of like with this whole Jesse Livermore topic, which I talk about. Jesse was considered the greatest trader of all time, and yet people are saying that when he died, he was bankrupt, right? And so it's it's kind of like the saying, what they say in business, right? In business, they say, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Some businesses go out of business and they're making all-time revenue, but they're burning through expenses so fast and everything in their organization is so haphazard and crazy they can't keep up with it, and they just crash and burn, even though they got a great business plan, a great business model, and they're making money. So trading, you got to stick with it and think of it as a long-term game, right? It's got to be a long-term game. Another thing that Rob said, which kind of stuck with me, is I had asked Rob, how long did he think that it would take to be successful? So if anybody's out there that's listening, what would you guys put? the number, and then we'll talk about what Rob said. Yugoslav said he's going to retire in an island. Okay. Yeah. Don't see. Most people are like, okay, I'm gonna turn that 1 million into 10. See, I don't think like Yugoslav, and that's my problem. I need to think more like Yugoslav. If I make a million, I'm going to be greedy like Learn and Earn just said I am. He says I'm greedy. So, but I would probably, to be honest, the way I think is like, okay, I just made $1 million. Now I just started with 100,000 and I made $1 million. Now I got to get to 10 million, right? $10 million is what I'm looking for, right? And so that's the key, is keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and then finally you crash and burn. And that's pretty much my personality, is I love to continue to grow. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now that I'm talking and I'm just looking at the chart, I'm noticing we're getting some consolidation here on this 15-minute. Okay, so let's look at it on this an hourly, because if you guys remember, I want to catch this one because I believe that this is the break to the downside, because I believed it here and I got slammed. But risk management was fine, so it wasn't a big deal. And now I'm just going to make it back on the next trade. Okay, so we got Ben saying 3 to 5 years. What do you guys say? How long does it take? We'll talk about that a little bit while I'm waiting for this setup. How long does it take to become successful? Like, to really get it? And it's hard to actually make a real conclusion on this because of what I said on the crash and burn. You got guys that make $1 million and then they crash and burn and they never come back, right? Just losing $1 million was just too much for them to handle, and they never look at trading again. There's a lot of people like that. And even if they weren't super successful, there's a lot of people that crash and burn. So if you say, why stop at 10x? You know what? Why stop at all? Why not be the next Warren Buffett? Like, how much money does Warren Buffett have? And Warren's been really great because he's been very consistent, and he's added a lot of things to his investing. He's done business takeovers, which is really smart. Okay, so I'm gonna be watching this. I really like this setup. If you guys want to see anything else, what's gold doing? If you guys want to look at anything else, let me know. I'm really focused on that Euro trade. I really want to take that, so I'm going to be watching that one. Okay, so we got gold. Gold has been pushing. It's been faking and pushing. It's been hard to trade. If you're a gold trader, I know some of you guys made some money. Yugoslav, are you up and down this week on gold? Because right here was a breakout. We took this one. See, this was the reversal. We took that, or you guys did. I didn't. Hugo took it up. Oh man, Boopa. I could never forget you. If you don't forget me, just don't forget me either, because I'll be back, or I will return. Do not forget me. All righty. So gold. So You're plus, plus, plus. Does that mean you made some money? All right, I'm going to go to pound because Donata says it's setting up. Okay, we got pound on the hourly. It's setting up. It is setting up. To me, it's setting up for what? Setting up for a short or a fake out back up. It broke the line. Did it break the line or did it? Didn't break the line. It's got divergence. It's setting up. Yeah, I'm very bullish on gold too. Actually, I'm going back to gold. CAD yen. Oh man, that CAD yen. I took that CAD yen trade. That was really nice. I'm bullish on gold as well, but it's fighting here because we had this. Right. It could go back to 744. It went down already. Went down here right into support. You see that 7157, which is pretty much where I think Ben said it was could go on Wednesday. So Ben, thanks. But it's stuck. It's got to get some more action. This was I think what happened here was it was setting up buyers. I think it was setting up, getting ready to go long, right? And so now that it has these buyers, it came in, caught more buyers. Every time it dips, it's getting more buyers. And so we're just looking now maybe for a breakout. We did get this breakout right here. So could be headed higher today. Definitely could be. Okay. So pound dollar is right at a key level. It's right at a key level. So it could, if we do the trend line trading, you can see it's right here, but there's also this support level. So it could, I would trade it off this level. This is the level I would trade it off of. Be watching that. So Yugoslav, just going to let you know, this is my last live. I'm taking a break for the summer, and I'm going to be I'm going to be coming in once a month. Okay? And as I was telling Ben earlier, I'm not leaving you guys behind. I will be back, but I'm just taking a break for the summer. So sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm not abandoning you. Okay? I'm not. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go watch some other guy's live stream. Hopefully, he's better than me, and I can go watch it too and learn from him. Yeah, but okay, we got market setting up here. Let's look at that 30-minute. That looks good. Okay, hourly setting up. 5-minute. Okay, so I am going to try to, and my perspective might be off base because I got faked out earlier. So maybe I'm going to get faked out again. That's why you want to make sure that you're not like, oh no. What I'm trying to say is if you have an idea in your head and you keep that idea and you keep following it, sometimes you maybe need to just go with a different idea. But right now, this is my idea. I'm saying we broke the trend line. We now popped up. A great setup to me would have been a short in here, like with the stop up here. But I'm going to be a little more patient and try not to get faked out. So I'm going to wait for price to break this trend line. Don't us. Always ask questions. Always. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to talk. So the more questions you guys give me, the more I get to talk. I'm like those talking heads you see on TV. I just love talking all day long. Okay, we got support. We have support. Short scalp. Look at that. Boom. Ben has spoken, everyone. Ben has spoken. It bounced right off that trend wall. $13.85. Let me pull up my my MACD chart. Get that MACD on there. Okay. All right. So the question is, can we take a buy when the MACD crosses over on? Let me remove my face so you guys can look at it. When the MACD crosses over on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. All right. There we go. So, you see that there's a crossover right here. And if we look at these crossovers, can we take a buy? So the first thing you want to notice is, yes, Yugoslav was mentioning that the cable is bullish, but actually it's been getting some bearish momentum here. We have a push down here and a push down here, right? So we have a wedge forming, right? But you'll notice that this broke below here. See that breakout? It's below the moving average and it's headed lower. I think we could start to be forming maybe a downward channel for a little while, maybe. So we could come and trend down here. Take a look at what happened the last time. I mean, if we look at it on a daily time frame, you know, it went down for quite some time, right? We peaked out here. Look what's happening. See that? Right, that's what's happening on a daily. We're about ready to cross below the 50 period moving average on a daily. I think that we're talking swing trading, right? I think this would be a great swing trade. As a matter of fact, I would take this swing trade right here. Short it, target down here. That's a swing trade right there. Now, that's my take on the pound. However, could you trade this on the breakover? You know, on the MACD cross, you could. I would just look at look at your levels. The last time it broke over was a very nice trade, 92 pips. The time before that, it crossed over right here, 30 pips. The time before that, crossed over right here, 37 pips. This one, if this was considered a crossover, it looks like it did cross. This one was a big old loser. So we got 3 winners, 1 loser. This one is another loser. So you can't just go on the cross. It crossed here, loser. Actually, was this a cross? This one might have been a cross, but yeah, this was a cross. Okay, this was a cross, and that's a winner. Okay, this one is a winner. This one is a loser. This one is a loser. And I'm just looking at the up. This one's a big winner, right? So overall, if you do this and you're consistent with this, it's a pretty good strategy. But you just got to also watch your levels too, right? There was a double bottom already, Ben. And once the double bottom has happened, you can never expect to see another one again. Double bottom or the W. You guys like the W? Which do you prefer, the double bottom or the W? Which is your favorite? So yeah, we had a double bottom right here. I think Ben likes the double bottom better than the W. Yes, it must happen. It must pull back. Okay, I'm taking this trade right now. I'm shorting this. Shorting euro dollar right here. Taking this trade. Short. Target. It broke that level. I'm taking it. Right here, I'm using my Epic tool, and I'm going to sell this. So last week was bad. This week, we're going to see if we can do better. Okay? Or not last week, Wednesday. Wednesday was bad. This time we're going to do better. So that was my entry right here. My stop, I got my stop way up here, and I'm going to be watching the downward move like this. So if it gets above this trend line, I'm getting out right here. But that's it. And I might do the same thing on the pound as well. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. Okay, so let's continue to talk a little bit about reversals, because I am a reversal trader consistently. And the main thing that I trade is reversals only. But I could trade reversals in the direction of the trend. So if we go back to the pound, like this might be a little bounce, like Ben said. You might get a bounce there right off of this support level. But if we go to a longer term time frame, I'm looking for reversal patterns that happen in the direction of the trend. So one of the things that I like to look for is like the double bottom, right? In the direction of the trend, right? In the direction of the trend. And it's just like when we saw in gold, we had a double bottom in the direction of the trend. And it was more pulled back, was way pulled back, but it was pretty pronounced. It was pretty obvious, right? Really easy to see, easy to trade, like just a simple strategy right here. So, and this is not necessarily, this is the, it was off of a trend wall, was not actually currently trending up. It's an uptrend. This is just a bull flag in an uptrend. And so now when this thing breaks, this could be a monumental, I mean, honestly, this is a great trade. I really believe in this. If we get another good setup, and you can trade these on weeklies, because you don't, with this, gold's going to move. We talk about Ben being a swing trader. We don't have to be in a big hurry to make the money. That's the reason, when we talk about successful traders and all that fun stuff, we don't have to be in a hurry to make the money. That can be our quote for the day. The reason why, we said 3 to 5 years, and I didn't tell you what Rob's answer was. Maybe I should hold it up as a cliffhanger, make you watch the episode, listen to the episode when it comes out. But he did say that the reason is because their time horizons are just jacked. People really think that they have to make the money right away, right? And so we can take our time on this. This is a weekly chart. It had a nice double bottom on a weekly time frame as well. You just enter your trade here, 1727, could go up to 2100, and it might take some time, but you don't need to be in a hurry, because this channel hasn't broke out yet. I like looking at the weekly. This gives you a more clear picture of the bullishness of this pair, of gold. When people see this, when people see gold, they're not really everyone was telling me that gold was in a downtrend when I was saying that I was looking for buy setups. And I'm like, really? This does not look like a downtrend to me. It's moving down, but this is an uptrend. This is a big uptrend. And so Ben is waiting for a bullish pump. Thanks, Astro. Boom. Hit that like button. Yeah, don't be in a rush. It's, and that's my problem, is I'm always in a rush to do everything because I'm trying to take over the world. And people that try to take over the world have to really be in a hurry. Okay, so Ben is waiting for a bullish pump. The last bullish pump. It's the last pump of all. So I don't really, does that mean because you said you were bullish, so does that mean you're waiting for it to go down so you can buy some more? Or you're waiting for it to get shot down? Either one, I'm not sure what that means. But we got sideways movement. I think it's going to break out. I think it broke this key level right here, 1757. I think we're up. I think we're going to take this channel out. And when it does, it's going to just be a move. It's just going to go all the way up. It's going to break 2100. That's my prediction. Ooh, good quote. Good quote, Ben. Most people look to trading when they are in need of money. Oh my goodness, that's really good. That's golden. That's super smart. Most people are looking to trade when they need money. And yes, that's why people trade, but really, it's better if you have a vision and you are using it as a tool to enhance your living. Think long term. Think long term. How long is it going to take you? For the week, the pump for the week. Let's look at a week. So one of the things about this indicator, and I'm actually updating it one more time because I don't like the stuff on the chart. I'm going to put a little bar at the bottom or on the side, like a window that's going to say divergence, because I don't like it on the chart. It just annoys me. And this is my tool, so I can do whatever I want with it. I just got to pay my programmer to fix it. That's all. But this is a weekly chart. You can see that whatever closes today will be an indication of what we might see. If this ends up being you see this was a pin bar last week, and then this week hasn't done much, but if it if it shows up here at the week, it could be an indication that we're going to boom. This is like a fake pattern. It could be a fake pattern if we get that bullish move. So there's a lot of time left today. Let's look at the US yen, because that one's kind of fun. Let's look at US yen. Now, here's what's really cool about this one. Let's look at this on the weekly. Let's get this cleaned up. Look at what we have here on a weekly on the US yen. A bullish a bullish breakout candle. Okay? Well, what do you think? You see that? What is forming? What pattern is forming here, guys? Let's do a weekly analysis and let's decide what candle is forming. What pattern? First person that gets it gets a like from everybody. What pattern do we see? Oh, Ben, you disappoint me. I thought you were going to be the one to get it. Okay. Well, this is great. We should do this. We should do this more often, because everybody sees something different, right? This is good. Okay. Well, here's what I see. David B, you said engulfing, and you're right. This is an engulfing candlestick, right? An engulfing candlestick right there. So you're right about that. I was looking more. This is like just a two pattern signal. I was looking more of something more like this. A cup and handle. A cup and handle, right? We got the cup, here's the cup, and here's the handle, right? And so what is going to happen? What's going to happen after the handle? And this might make it easier for you guys to see the pattern. This is like my little teacup, the one that I like to use at home. It's blue like this with a star. So there you have it. How do you like that? Is that good? Yeah, so we got the cup, we got the handle right here, and then now what's going to happen? We have that bullish candle, right? And remember, this is a weekly chart. It bounced off of this trend line. This is a big time trend line. Big time. BG. Big time. Okay, that's a big time trend line, guys. Powerful. It bounced right off of that thing. Okay, it bounced right off of that. Okay, and hey, Ben, listen, I'm not bashing you, man. I think you're awesome, right? I think you're awesome. I wasn't really disappointed in you at all. I really respect your feedback and insight, and I've really been enjoyed hearing your sharing your opinion. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So no judgment here, buddy. No judgment at all. You're doing great. And yeah, we had a nice trend wall here. It broke up. I actually really enjoy this. Maybe I should start doing patterns like this more often. But I think this is a great setup. So weekly trading is a little crazy, but you know what? Go for it. You could break it down to a lower time frame and try to, if we think it's going to do something like this, we could get in at any kind of pullback along the way, right? any kind of pullback. You could do hourly pullbacks, 15-minute pullbacks, whatever it is. But I think that this would be the trade here. I like it. So just keep that in mind. I think that this is the trade of the week right now. We can look at this at a monthly too, because monthly it was really forming a big reversal candle, and then it just got rejected, right? It just got rejected. So look at that clean break on a month, and then it hooked right back down. Okay. In the chat, we had two winners from Wednesday, and we sent them the link to join up. The winners, remember we did a giveaway on Wednesday, and they didn't sign up. So if you're here today, we sent you messages. Please sign up. You want to get access to that community that you want access to. It's pretty legit. But this is going to be my swing trade pick. I actually did mention this one earlier too on this breakout, but I still like the pattern. I love this cup and handle here. So we do have Instagram actually. We do indeed have Instagram. Let me give you the link to it. We don't use it as much as we should, but yeah, we got it. For those of you that like Instagram, there you go. In the chat right there. We do a lot of images and stuff. We need to do some more you need to do more charts. Good idea. Maybe I could do charts on Instagram. Okay, well, I'm going to close it out now, but let's take a look at that pound dollar real quick. Really bearish signal for today. Yes, we're bullish right now overall, but this is a big signal. Right. And yeah, it faked out here and it didn't fake, but the fact that it went up and didn't break is a really powerful. Let's look at it on a weekly. See this? This is actually really telling, guys. This is why weekly charts are awesome. Right? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pin bars. And this second push, it could not break. Yeah. Great tip. Always look for the cup and handle on high time frames. Yes. Yep. Very good. This is it, though. This is a weekly. And we closed out. Yeah, I am going to, Linda. That was actually my plan. Both of these are going to be in here. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. We are going to add some of these because I want to get more swing trading stuff in there just to give people more swing trading stuff. Yeah, but this is big. This is big. What's this pen called? The double needle. This is the double needle prick. This is a big weekly signal. Okay, and the daily confirms it. So this was a swing trade short right here. And my euro trade's actually working out right now. So you guys remember I took the euro right here? It worked. It worked. The euro trade worked. So I'm still not out yet. I'm still not out. I'm in the trade. It'll make up for that loser, though. That's the plan. The loser I took on Wednesday, this is going to cover that. All right, guys. So that's it. We got 2 good signals. Well, 3. We got euro short, gold. We got US yen, pound, dollar. Lots of good stuff that we're looking to set up. Just we talked about how long it takes to become a good trader. Really think long term, think big picture. Don't go after the money right away. Big picture, guys. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much. And as someone once famous said, I shall return. This is going to be my last episode for a while, but be on the lookout. And when I come back, it's going to be bigger and better. And instead of telling you that you're going to make money in a short period of time, we're going to make it fast. All right, we'll talk to you guys, and thank you so much. We really appreciate every single person that was supporting. Really means a lot to me, and I'm not making that up. It really does. So thank you all so much.